Hey guys, Steve from Innovate Moreton Bay here with Peter from Grace Lutheran, one of the proud partners of Innovate Moreton Bay as well. Mate, it's been an exciting couple of weeks from what we've heard, taking the team over to Dubai for the first Global Challenge Robotics.
It's been a story that we've been following in the region for a little while now. We had some dealings with our good friends at Coastal Protection Corps. You might have seen that video a few months ago where we had the team getting ready to go to Dubai and to compete as Team Australia, the only team selected from Australia from 600 teams that were eligible to attend the event. It's the third year in a row that we've been able to attend the event, so we're very proud to be selected 3 times in a row to represent Australia at that highest of robotics competition that's available in the world, basically.
Yeah, that's great, and it's been really reassuring to especially see the growth of the students throughout the year, and I suppose capturing the stories and participating in certain events where we can as well. For the viewers out there, do you want to let us know where Team Pineapples actually ended up at the end of the...
Yeah, well, one of the things to sort of be put in perspective is that there are 191 teams at the event. It was a $25 million US dollar event to host, so it wasn't a small deal. And each country sent one team, and they all had to build their robot out of the same kit of parts. So everyone had a level playing field. We were able to pretty much just use whatever our innovative idea was to produce the best robot possible. As it turned out of the 192 teams, Team Australia made it to the grand final of that event in the robot game. And the grand final is a best of 3, so the other alliance won their first match, we won the second match, and then unfortunately we didn't win the third match, but we took home the silver medal, which is our best result ever as far as engineering solutions are concerned. We've done well in the past in Washington DC. We got a silver medal for basically our teamwork and spirit, and Australians eat that stuff alive. Similar sort of thing happened to us in Mexico City, where we helped out a lot of other teams to reach their goals. Same sort of thing happened. We got a silver medal in that kind of innovation and teamwork space. But to get a silver medal and to beat countries like the US, Germany, Japan, Korea, the UK, New Zealand, is amazing.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's absolutely huge. Now, I suppose before we get in, we're going to let you do some interviewing with the kids, and we'll find out what were the big achievements, or personally, being from the growth team effort, but also for themselves personally, those life experiences that they'll never forget that opportunity. But do you want to explain a little bit around the robot that actually went over there and the challenges that it had to do?
Yeah, sure. So this is the robot. It's actually been somewhat disassembled. Students don't like to leave things alone at events. So some of the functionality that it did have when it left, it doesn't have, and some of the things it does now that it didn't do when it left. So the kids tinker with the machine. But this machine was able to collect small rubber balls and deposit those balls into a goal zone. But the thing that made it stand out was it was really, really fast. It actually would do wheel stands when it drove off, and the commentators at the event were pretty stunned about the fact that it was doing, it was so fast. The kids geared it really well. But one of the really reliable things about the machine was it was able to lift itself off the ground with this lifter here. And the kids did all the design of all the mechanism, and it was really reliable. It was really strong. There's zippy ties there, but all robots have got zippy ties on them. Yeah. And it ended up. It only lost one game in the end. So in the rounds, which was amazing.
That's absolutely huge. Yeah. I suppose compared to other years, you're saying this is the 3rd time you've been over. So can you elaborate a little bit more of the different challenges, or what made this year a little bit more different to some of the others? Yeah.
So what First do is they pick one of our big engineering problems in the world. So it might be water, it might be cities, it might be transport, it might be waste. This year was based around pollution in the ocean, which is, as we know, a huge issue, and that's hence Coastal Protection Corps getting involved, and their partnership will continue with them. We're looking at building another robot with them down the track. That's going to happen when we get time. So this year's challenge was, but essentially speaking, the challenge itself and the game itself, effectively they're quite similar really. They're about collecting things, depositing things, lifting up the robot. The robot's got to be a certain size. It's about drivemanship, how fast the kids can drive the machine, and how well they analyse the rules and then decide on what robot's going to be the most effective point scoring for them. So Washington DC, it was a certain topic, I can't remember now. Last year in Mexico City it was another topic, and this year it was based around ocean pollution.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, let's hear what the kids have to say. I might even have to play the robot while you're doing that, to be honest. So, okay, I can only try.
Well, here we are now with the team that were part of the Team Australia 2019 First Global Tour. Not everyone on the team travelled to Dubai, so that was a nice part about the fact that we could actually still have a larger team, but only a few could travel. But there are members here that stayed home and got a lot out of the experience as well. I'm going to start with Morgan. Morgan, why do you think our robot was so successful?
I think it was so consistent because it was really stable and the lift worked very well and it went really fast.
And do you think that Nathan's driving had anything to do with that?
Definitely. Nathan was very good at driving.
Nathan's a very good driver, fierce driver, I would say. And while we're talking, Nathan, where do you think that this... And now your sister's done very well out of this program, as have a lot of her friends as well, by the way. Where do you think this is going to take you in the future?
I think this is going to take me and allow me to get careers in different sort of robotics-based jobs where the future is becoming more and more advanced and more robotics and sort of drones and everything are getting put into our workforce. So being able to get a head start at this career definitely helps.
Good answer. And where's your sister right now? She went through these programs. Tell us a little bit about what Sarah's doing.
So my sister Sarah, she's actually overseas at the moment working at Disney World. So this definitely helped in getting a part over there working.
Yeah, big time. And Disney are a major sponsor of our programs too. So thinking about yourself, Jacob. Now, Jacob wasn't able to travel this year because there's only a limit to the amount of people that could go. So, but you were still able to be involved. Tell us a little bit about your involvement and what you got out of your involvement, even though you couldn't travel.
Well, I learned how to work as a team better. Learnt more things, like more designs. Thought like differently about how to design stuff, and put it towards our FTC that we came first at the regional comp.
Yeah, a bit about that too. This team produced a fantastic robot. 2 weeks after we had this competition, we had a local competition here where we had 40 schools from around the state, big private schools, big independent schools, big state schools came, and these guys, the 11323 Mangoes, won that event comfortably. So there was a bit of benefit there.
Yeah, it helped a lot. We designed it. Well, we had a couple of designs and then we changed it after we started working on the FGC robot, like just seeing things and all that.
The FTC robot is spectacular. We'll be in Sydney on the 5th and 6th of December, competing to go to Houston next year, and it's a shot. All right, last one. Darcy didn't have a passport when we got accepted to go to Dubai, so he'd never left Australia. So rather than going to Fiji or Bali like most kids do on their first trip, you land in Dubai and you get to mingle with 192 other countries. And I will say, just before I ask you your question, we believe we set a Guinness Book of Records for the largest gathering of nations since the inception of the United Nations in one spot peacefully. 192 nations, and it's only about like 195 in the world, depending on what you call a nation. So it's pretty impressive. So Das, first trip overseas. Tell us what you thought of Dubai culturally, and then maybe some of the teams you met. I know you like the Spanish team.
The cultures were very different over there compared to Australia, and it's always very interesting, like just going over there and seeing what things they do and how differently they do it compared to everyone else. And then, for the teams like Team Spain or Team Greece, they were very friendly, kind, they were really good to work with. And
a little story too. The teams that were in the finals were one of those teams was Israel. Now Israelis are not allowed in the UAE. They're not allowed. So it was really cool to be able to work with Israel as an alliance partner through the finals process. And I know that they really enjoyed making friends with you guys. So I want to thank the four of you. Not everyone's here today, but we got everyone together that we could. We've had a fantastic year. We sort of don't know how we top ourselves year on year, but we just seem to. So from Grace Lutheran College Robotics team, the season's not over yet. We've got Sydney in 2 weeks' time. I'll be looking forward to telling Steve that we might be going to represent Australia again in Houston in April next year, and also the big first robotics competitions around the corner in January. So there's no rest for us. I need a holiday, but otherwise, boys, congratulations on your achievements. Well, no, they say they can fix it, but they need parts, and they say they'll get it going eventually. So thanks very much, Steve.
Yeah, you're welcome, mate. That's what my kids say as well. So happy to help where I can, and they've got to come up with identifying solutions for additional problems. So doing my part.
Good job.
Anyways, well done on bringing home the silver back into our region and also representing Team Australia.
Very proud to bring home the silver once again for the region and the state and the country.